Good morning. It's good to be with you on this Friday morning. We've reached the weekend. I'm looking forward to an exciting weekend around here. We have a 5K tomorrow morning for missions, and I'll be walking it. I will not be running it. It's been a long time since I've run a 5K. I think I would explode. I think my heart would just explode if I tried to run a 5K, but I will be walking it. So if you're looking for a way to support our mission team at St. Matthew's, this 5K will be tomorrow morning here at the church. We'd love to have you come run with us or walk is what I will be doing. And then Southern Miss game tomorrow, go watch the Eagles play, and of course church on Sunday. So I can't wait to see all great things God's going to do with us this weekend. So today we're going to pick up with John chapter 15. I'm going to read chapter 15, 1 through 17. So John 15, 1 through 17. This is a passage I know you've heard before. It's a beautiful passage where he says he's the vine. So let's unpack John 15, 1 through 17. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I've spoken to you. Remain in me as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself, it must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me, and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you remain in me, and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. This is to my Father's glory, that you may bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's command and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be complete and that your my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants because the servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you my friends. For everything I have learned from my Father, I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last, and so that whatever you ask for in my name, the Father will give you. This is my command: love each other. So we see Jesus say today that if we are going to bear fruit, we're going to stay connected to Him. He is the vine. He is the source of our life. Yesterday we talked about the Spirit, how the Spirit gives us life. The Spirit is God living within us. So as we stay deeply connected to Him and to the Spirit, that's where we get our life from. He says, neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. So Jesus Christ is the source. God is the source of our life, of our ability, everything. If we cut ourselves off from Him, then we cut ourselves off from life, and that is sometimes that's the greatest temptation whenever we mess up or sin. You don't read the Bible for a day or two, and you think, well, I haven't read it so long. You fall out of the habit, and then you find yourself cutting yourself off. You miss church. And so you miss church, and then you think, well, I missed church 1 week. 1 week turns into two to three, three to four. And then you look up, you haven't been to church in 6 months, and you cut yourself off. It's very easy for us to cut ourselves off from the Spirit. And that's what he's saying here is stay rooted, stay connected in him. He is the vine, he's the source of our life. And if we stay enmeshed in him, stay connected in him, then we have life and we will have that life. I like what he says. This is verse 2. He cuts off every branch of me that bears no fruit. Well, every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more faithful. Ooh, I don't like gardening. Never have. I tell people I grew up in the country, so I spent too much time when I was a kid picking butter beans and shelling butter beans, uh, picking corn. I'm good. I will leave the gardening to those of you that enjoy it. It is not something that I enjoy. I used to always pick my daddy. When I had my own house, I was going to have a front yard full of asphalt, and that way I wouldn't have to rake any leaves. I would have to cut the grass. I don't find that enjoyable. But I do know that if you're a gardener, if you're growing roses, you're growing flowers, one of the ways that you help the tree grow, the vine grow, the branch grow, is that you prune it. You prune it back. You prune back the bush, the vine, the tree to help it grow. You're cutting something off of it. God will prune us like a master gardener. God will at times prune us, and it will hurt. We may lose things at times. We may. We may lose things. God's pruned my pride a lot the last few years. I used to have a real sense of internal pride at how good I was, and all that I could do. Aren't I something? And God has pruned that pride back a lot the last few years. And it hurts. It hurts. It hurts when he prunes that pride. But it makes you healthier, makes you better, makes you able to actually bear fruit. And what's the fruit that we're called to bear? Verse 9, now as the Father's loved me, so have I loved you, now remain in my love. Verse 12, my command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for your friends. You are my friends. Verse 17, this is my commandment, to love each other. So he is the vine that we come off of. He is the source of our life. And if we cut ourselves off from him, then we cut ourselves off from our life. He is the vine, we're the branches. If we cut off, we wither and die. But if we stay connected to the vine, then we have life, and then we will bear fruit. And what is the fruit that we will bear? We see it. This is my command, that you love one another. He says, like I said in verse 9, he says, now remain in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I've kept my Father's commands, and I remain in his love. And I've told you this, that my joy may be complete in you. My command is this: love each other as I've loved you. So when we remain in his love, when we, as the branches, stay connected to the vine, when we find our life deeply rooted and flowing from the vine that is Jesus, that is the Holy Spirit that we talked of yesterday, that he has given to us, when we do that, then we have life, then we bear fruit, and then we produce the fruit that he would have for us to produce, which is love. Greater love is this, that you lay down your life for your friends. Um, what did Jesus do for us? He said, I know you are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, but I call you my friends. For everything I learned, I've made known to you. So what did Jesus do for us, his friends? He laid down his life. He gave his life so that we could be free. And so he doesn't just tell us to lay down our lives for our friends. He doesn't just tell us, hey, this is what you should do, but he actually does it. He models for us what we are called to do for our friends, for those that we love, that we are to lay down our lives, and we are to literally die to ourselves for our friends. We're to die to ourselves. And we can't do that. We can't bear this fruit of self-sacrifice and self-discipline, of self-giving. We can't be selfless. We can't love as he would have us to love unless we are connected to him, because it is not our love, but it's God's love that flows through us. That's why we have to stay connected, y'all. That's why we have to stay connected to the word. That's why we have to stay connected to the word. That's why we have to stay connected to the sacraments. That's why we have to stay connected to worship. That's why we have to stay connected to prayer. That's why we have to stay connected to the means of grace, to allow the Spirit of God to work within us, that we can be made holy, and that we can love God and love neighbor. It's not about us bowing up and doing it, but it's about us staying connected to him, and then him doing it through us, and his love flowing through us. This is my command: love each other. the only way we can do that, the only way we can bear that fruit is to stay connected to the vine, who is Jesus, who is our life. So today, let's stay deeply connected to Jesus and let's keep his commands. Let's love. Thanks for being with us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning as we finish out, or as we get close to finishing out chapter 15. Have a great day.